We are just 1 week away from Star Wars Celebration, which is going to be the time and place of the official title and teaser reveal by writer and director J.J. Abrams and crew. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 that a lot of people are very curious about is, of course, the official title itself, in order to give fans a general idea of the plot of this movie, and exactly what's going to happen and where our characters are going, such as Kylo Ren and Rey, in this story. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to Star Wars Celebration, this is where things begin to get very interesting, involving the official title of Episode 9. So it's described that both Disney and Lucasfilm have made their final decision to release the title at Celebration on April 12th. However, it's described that there are 2 cuts of the teaser trailers that exist, and that there are still plans in the works on what Disney wants to do. One of the teasers have more action-heavy sequences, and actually has the title attached at the very end of the trailer, where the teaser and title would be revealed at the same time. It's described that the other plan that Disney has in mind is to reveal the title separately on its own on the Celebration stage, well before the reveal of the teaser trailer. Additionally, it's described that the title of the film is unlike any Star Wars title before, and that there is a reason that they are keeping it a secret, since changing the title around 1 month ago. Initially, it's described that Disney and Lucasfilm were sticking with a generic and typical title. However, once the title went through changes, it's said to be a title that has something to do with the MacGuffin in the film, which is a plot device that evolves from start to finish. So in case you guys have no idea what the MacGuffin really is, that is a plot device in a lot of movies out there, especially in the Star Wars films and the sequels. For a great example here, in The Force Awakens, the map of Luke Skywalker is the MacGuffin of this movie. So the actual title itself for Star Wars Episode 9 is going to be related to the MacGuffin in the story of this movie by JJ and Chris Terrio. And that only makes one wonder if the title has something to do with, of course, Anakin Skywalker, or some kind of element that has to do with a moment in the past, because we do know that Anakin, relic and or ancient artifact, has something to do with the MacGuffin as well as other characters out there. So it may very well have something to do with the Skywalkers after all, for all we know. Now, moving past all of this, alright, the thing that really does stand out to me is that Disney has 2 different cuts of the teaser trailer, one of which has the title attached to it at the very end, and one of which does not, and it just has, a regular Episode 9 logo as of right now, or just a cut to black. So that tells us that there are 2 plans in place by Disney and Lucasfilm, where they may very well reveal the title at the very beginning of the stream over at Star Wars Celebration on Friday, where they can actually talk about the title and talk about the movie well before they air the teaser at the very end of the panel. The other plan is, of course, to basically have J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio on stage and all the different actors and actresses talking about this movie without actually talking about the title of the movie, right? And to me, I think that's going to sound pretty hard for JJ and crew not to really slip up. So that's probably why Disney and Lucasfilm have other plans in the works on what they really want to do at Celebration. If you guys had to ask me, I think that the first plan is the better way to go. And that is, of course, to have the actual title separate from the official teaser trailer. This way, J.J. Abrams and everybody can talk about the title. They could talk about, the different, decisions that were made into, of course, the final decision of, whatever they wanted to call this movie and the true meaning of it all. At least giving us a hint of that. So, the other thing that I do find very intriguing, though, about the title, and this is big, like I said before, is that this title actually went through some changes around a month ago, and that initially it's described that Disney and Lucasfilm were sticking with a generic and typical title that would be expected in a Star Wars trilogy. However, this one is actually said to be very original and unlike any other Star Wars title before, and that it will be connected to the MacGuffin of the movie, which is a plot device that evolves from start to finish and changes. So that's one thing to keep an eye open for, guys, is that this title will be attached to the MacGuffin in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, mind you, the MacGuffin in this movie is going to be controversial. We know that, and that's one thing that a lot of people are a little on edge about, and whether or not that's going to be a really good or a bad thing or somewhere in between, we're not quite sure. So, like I say, guys, 1 week to go. We are so close. I couldn't be more excited and fascinated about this movie. You know, at the very end of the day, it may have been a good idea, you know, to really hold off the teaser trailer until Star Wars Celebration. You know, because now they got people really wondering about this movie, and they're really talking about it, and I think that, yes, what they could have done is they could have given us a little tease of a teaser at the very least to hold fans over, because let's face it, there's a lot of people right now that are just fed up and bored that there's nothing Episode 9 related out there. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.